Hey there, welcome to the second tourney recap video. This week I took part in not only one, but two tournaments, and I used two different rogue decks to do that. The first was pre-Black Bolt and White Flare, and for that one I ran Yanmega and went 2 wins and 3 losses. The other was with Hydreigon, and I sadly went 0-2. The Yanmega was fast and fun. Most of the losses were due to not seeing enough energy recycle or not enough gusts in general. As for the Hydreigon, well, I just wasn't having a good day and I misplayed multiple times during the matches. As for the deck lists, I have right here the Yanmega, and for it we are running just the 1 Iron Hand. We are running a Crustle version as well, so that way then we have a way of answering a lot of the other bigger EXs, and then we have 1 Fez. As for the trainers, we are running Prime Catcher as our ace spec, 2 Super Rods, and then running a full set of Dust Ball, Mortys, Bosses, and Iono as being like our main things, and then our other gust is a Pokemon catcher. For energy, it's 8 grass, 2 lightning, and then 2 jet energy. As for the Hydreigon, we are running a very good list. It's a 3-2-2 split, so you got 3 of the Dainio, 2 of the Zweilous, and 2 of the Hydreigon. We are running a couple little extras in here like the Clefairy EX and the Petron. The Petron is huge in allowing us to fight against the wall decks. As for the trainers, we are running 2 of the Counter Gain, 1 of the Jock, and then we are still running Rescue Board instead of the Balloon. You can swap either one depending on what you want, but really Rescue Board does the job well enough, so there's no real reason to switch it. We're only running 1 Crispin. I'm debating about running it up to 2 if I play the Hydreigon again, and then only 1 Earthen Vessel as well with 2 Rare Candy. As for the energy count, we got a 4-1-2 with Neo Upper Energy as our ace spec, so 4 Dark, 1 Metal, and 2 Psychic. As for the actual matchups, we had for the Yanmega deck, we played against Guardy round 1. Round 2 was against a Pult Pidgey. Then we had the Ethan's Typhlosion into a Goldango, and then the other was a Iron Thorns and Crustle. For the Hydreigon, we played against a Gardevoir and a Pure Dragapult. And as for the games today, I have 2 games for you. I have one that will be showcasing the Yanmega deck, and then I have one which will be showcasing the Hydreigon deck. That way then we get a little bit of both in this video. And as always, please leave a comment, hit that subscribe, and leave a like as well. It does help a lot and I appreciate it. Now then, on to the games. Alright, so game number 1, we see a Dragapult down, but don't let that fool you. This is actually Ethan's Typhlosion with the Dracloak line. Our opening is pretty decent right here. We got 2 Yanmegas, so we can easily go into our little turn 2 attacks. We also went first. The Jamming Tower can come up in this match, being able to turn off some of their good things, but for the most part, it's just going to be a race to see if we can get as many of their Typhlosions before they can actually get all 4 Ethans in the graveyard, because at that point they're going to be able to one-shot our Yanmegas. We also are looking for our Iron Hands for this matchup too, because if we can get a Iron Hands going, then we get 2 prizes from that every time. Here they just TM Evo, so they now have a Dracloak and a Quilava. So we're just going straight into the Yanmegas real quick, and then we're gonna Iono. Here we did get some energy, but sadly we got a bunch of it in our hand. And then we're just going to grab the Dunsparce, look and see what else was on the bottom. We could have just grabbed the line for the Crustle and we would have been able to at least play that next turn. But the reason why I grabbed Dunsparce there is so that way then most likely I'm going to be Ionoing next turn, and the Crustle is more of a hindrance in this meta, or in this matchup, because they are all fire-based, so that would just give them something that they can freely boss up late game to be able to get a knockout. So here, they're still just setting up. They get a second Dracloak down. And then they also got a second Quilava down. And then here's the Ultra Ball, so they can actually get rid of 2 Ethan's Adventure right there. And this can get them a Typhlosion, so they can still swing this turn. They also get the Victini down. And then there's the third Ethan's. So they get another Typhlosion, a Energy, and then I think that was a Cyndaquil. So here they are going to swing. Oh, they got the Quilava. So here they will be swinging, dealing quite a bit of damage, but luckily we are not weak to fire, so they're not able to one-shot our Yanmegas, even though we're grass. So yeah, they did a whopping 230 damage right there. So here we are going to attach for turn. And then I'm just going to Iono. We get 2 energy again, but we do get our Iron Hands finally. We also get another Yanmega, Dunsparce. So here we will be just playing the little Yanmega shuffle real quick. So here we do knock out their Typhlosion. I'm thinking about just throwing this energy back onto the Yanmega because we have 2 energy in our hand. That way we can make sure that we can attack next turn. We do find the lightning energy off of our life though, which is huge. That's what we really need to see in this matchup. Here they just do more Dracloak shenanigans, just seeing a couple more cards every turn. We know that they have a they don't have a Typhlosion in hand anymore. It went on the bottom of the deck because of the Iono. So they have to find another Typhlosion, otherwise they're not sitting pretty at all. So here they do Super Rod back a Typhlosion just to shuffle up the deck along with a Fire Energy. They Buddy Poffin, and then they Iono us. So sadly we need to draw into the Lightning Energy again. But that is completely fine. We do find another Yanmega to go with the Yanma on our field. We also have a Super Rod here too. So next turn, we're most likely going to Super Rod 2 energy back into the deck. So their Secret Box was pretty good. They did get the Gravity Mountain, but that's most likely just going to be discard fodder. And yeah, they did have the 4th Ethan's Adventure prized. Here though, we're just going to evolve into the Yanmega. I am going to retreat real quick. This is going to allow us to get a extra energy. We only take 1 there because we know that this Yanmega is going to get knocked out. So we might as well put back 2 energy real quick. This gets us our Dudunsparce in case they Iono us again. And then we're just going to hit for 210. And we're just going to put the energy on another Yanmega. So there's our Prime Catcher, which is amazing here. The really important thing going on right now that is really hurting our opponent is the fact that they had to find their 4th Ethan's Adventure from their prize cards using that ticket. So they weren't able to get a second Quilava up and running with the same thing as the Typhlosion. Along with that, they had to use their Super Rod early, and they have the second Super Rod already in the trash too, so this is pretty much going to be like the last Typhlosion, I think. Because I think that they only play like 3. I know that they put 1 back, but what we're doing here is we put up the Dudunsparce so that way we can easily get rid of it if need be to be able to proc our Yanmegas. But here we just found a Jet Energy, so we're still able to swing this turn. And then now we're just going to throw all of the energy onto our Iron Hand, so if we do find a Lightning Energy, then that can get 2 prizes, and it'll pretty much wrap up game for us. We also know that there's enough Grass Energy left in deck for us to do another swing. So it is, the big thing with this Yanmega deck is everything comes down to the wire, it seems, but it also makes it 10 times more fun when you play like that too, because you're having to think out a lot. In this case, you're having to think out a lot about your energy consumption and making sure that you have ways of recycling it back. Otherwise, you're just going to run out of energy way too fast. Here, they do get the knockout. And then we're just going to throw up the Dudunsparce again. And then here, I'm just going to use Dudunsparce, see if we can find that lightning. We don't, so I'm going to throw up the Yanmega. We do get our last grass. And then here, we do the Dust Ball. We get the Fezandipiti. This is going to allow us to see through more cards. We're still just trying to find that lightning energy. We run 2 of them. So here, there we go. We found it. Now we can attach, and we don't have to worry anymore. And then we're just going to hit with the jet. That way we have everything set up. We can also set up this Fezandipiti, funny enough. That way then, if need be, we can actually go into Fez and get a knockout on their bench using Fez's attack. So that's game 1. Alright, so game number 2. This one's not as pretty. This one's with the Hydreigon deck, and we're playing against Gardevoir. So I do make a decent bit of mistakes here. I was real tired when I took place in this tournament from doing a lot of work that day, so I ended up making quite a few misplays. That's why I only played 2 rounds of the tournament. So here, they do open up Secret Box. You gotta love it when they always open that up. Personally, it feels like every Gardevoir player always has every card that they need in their hand at all times, but that's probably just me and my personal issues with the Gardevoir deck. I really don't like it. But here they do have a Ralts down. We are favored in this matchup because we are a dark deck with the Hydreigon, and the fact that our main attack that we're going for deals 130 to 3 different things. And in this matchup, it can actually do 260 to whatever is active. So here, I'm thinking about doing the Badoo. And this is mistake number 1. So I should have gotten the Badoo, and I should have gotten the rescue board instead, because I know that I don't have energy in my hand, and there's no way of getting to the energy right now. I was counting on Arvin giving me the Earthen Vessel, but as soon as I saw that that wasn't in there and that it was prized, I should have just went for the rescue board to attach to our Dainio, and then just went straight into the Badoo to lock them out of items for the turn. So here they do Iono us. It's okay, our hand really wasn't that good. We do find a Pidgeot EX, well, we find 2 of them, and we find a Zweilous, which is huge. We also got the Rukandi, and we do have a energy. So we are looking 1,000 times better than the previous hand. They add a Kirlia, and now they're going to be able to go straight into the Gardevoir EX and get a second Kirlia up and running as well. So here we also find a counter gain. So we're first going to go Rare Candy into the Pidgeot. We'll play out the Zweilous, we'll attach the counter gain to it, and then we'll attach for turn. And then with the Pidgeot, we're going to look and see exactly what all we have prized real quick, just so we can figure out exactly what all was in there. We still have our Ace spec, which is good. We're going to grab the Crispin. I'm thinking I could just grab the Jacques. So I do grab the Jacques. This allows me to be able to get the Dunsparce, and I can grab the Hydreigon, so in case they don't Iono me next turn, I at least have all of that set up, so that on my following turn I can go into a Crispin play and at least start attacking. Here they Ultra Ball away a Iono and an Arven just to get the baby jellyfish. And then they get a Monkey Dory from the stadium. So they're progressing their board nicely so far. And then they get rid of a third Iono and a Ralts. They find another monkey. And then here they're just setting up their monkey to be able to swing this turn for 60. They can also move 30 damage onto something else. So here they move 30 damage over to the Pidgeot EX. So we found another Hydreigon, but we're going to be able to attack this turn. So first we're using this Dudunsparce. I just want to see what we're going to draw. So here we have quite a bit of thinking to do, because I can swing this turn. I can use Pecharunt EX to be able to put Hydreigon up, and then use Crispin and be able to guarantee that I can at least knock out something this turn and just get the ball rolling. So here I do get the Crispin. And then I'm just going to attach. I manually attach here instead of using Pecharunt, which misplay number 2. I should have just used the Pecharunt. Yeah, I would have been putting poison damage on my Hydreigon, but it's going to take them like 2 turns of swinging big on this Hydreigon for them to knock it out, so here they do just promote their Monkey Dory. We know that they have the Drifloon, which I need to get my second attack online as soon as possible and try to take out that Drifloon and take out this Monkey Dory. Here they do attach a Bravery Charm, I think that's the name of it, to their Drifloon, so they're going to be able to swing for a lot of damage using this Drifloon. So here they manually attach, they retreat, that way then they get another energy in the bin. And then they play down the Fez to draw. Alright, so here they could potentially knock us out with a Drifloon, or they're going to be able to do a bunch of damage at least. So they could attach, I think, 2 more energy. I think that they have 1 dark in their bin as well. So they would have been able to do, what is that? Like 200 damage around there. But here, we're just going to find this rare candy, go into another Hydreigon, just to try to keep things safe. And then here, we're going to get the Dunsparce, put that down in case we get Iono'd. And then we're finally going to be able to knock out multiple Pokemon. Here, I'm just thinking exactly how I want to do it. I'm not worried about the Jellicent, so I'd rather aim to try to get lethal next turn. And this is when they end up top decking the game-winning card for them. I was not expecting it. I should have read the list a little bit better to know that they were playing one copy of it, but you'll see shortly. So this is misplay number 3 for me, and it's the rare candy into the Hydreigon there. I could have just saved the rare candy, or I could have just went into this Wireless, but even then, like, it still wouldn't have been enough to protect me from all of this. So I should have also played down this Danio. If I would have played down the Danio, I would have been able to do a lot more. But here, they attach a dark energy to their monkey, and now they're starting to get some energy from Grave using the Gardevoir effect. And then they just retreat to go into the Jellicent, and now they're putting energy on the Jellicent as well. They only put a singular energy on it right now, but that's when they reveal that they have TM Devo in hand. So they are going to Adrenabrain to be able to put damage on the other Hydreigon, and this is going to allow them to get a double knockout on our Zweilous and our Danio, putting 2 Hydreigons back in our hand. But now it is pretty much over for us, because now we have to rebuild a Danio. We're out our ace spec as well, so we definitely overcommitted. I was thinking about conceding right there. That's why I was going to do it, but I'm like, no, let me just give it another like turn or two, see if there's a way that I can come out of this. So I boss up their Fez, because they have to have a manual attach if they want to retreat it, and this could allow me to be able to still be in this game. I do find this Wireless, so I attach to the Danio, and then I just item lock them for a turn, hoping that that's enough. So here, sadly, it's not enough. They are just going to Artisan. They're down to 3 cards, so I was definitely playing into the mindset of, if I can survive long enough that I can get another Hydreigon up, or just make it to where they can't take 4 prizes by the time that they get decked out, then I win. But here they did have the manual attach, so I have to find another boss's orders if I want to actually have a chance. But we don't really have anything that I can really do, so I'm just going to put Petrant up into the active. And that was misplay number 4, but really there wasn't too much that I could do here. So here I'm just going to, I do see the counter catcher, I do see the, yeah, so sadly I am currently locked because of the jellyfish. I forgot about that as well. Still not used to playing against the jellyfish that much. I haven't really come across the jellyfish version of Gardevoir on the ladder too much. I played against it probably, I think this is like the 4th time I played against it. But that is all she wrote for this game, because they just get to knock out the Petrant, and that is game. And as always, leave a like, hit that subscribe, and comment what your first tournament was like or what your favorite tournament moments are. Until next time.